Welcome to episode 13 of the Ascended Path podcast. This was recorded June 6th of 2020 at a private gathering in St. George, Utah. In this session, Holly channels straight from source about the relationship between consciousness and awareness, along with several other topics related to spiritual expansion. With that said, let's jump into the session.
We are here, all of us present now. For as we speak as one. And as we speak, we ask you to not only hear our words as always, but to tune into the energy. For as each one of you holds your own unique vibration and frequency, you also hold a collective frequency together as one. It is the law of resonance. And we are all grateful to be present here. For as we are present again, this channel is created by each one of you, coming from the essence of your heart, your soul, coming truly for support of not only each other, but also support from the universe, the world, the earth, for all beings who come together with a true, clear heart intention, send out a pulse. This pulse moves throughout all the earth, all the stars. For you can look at this not only from us speaking, but also through the science. For the heartbeat will move throughout everything, literally within seconds. That is how powerful you are in your human body. For the heartbeat is a part of this physical experience. Not only do you have a heartbeat, but so does everything that lives and breathes. You can move into resonance as one through your heartbeats and also through your breath. Everything has a rhythm, an expansion and a contraction. When you inhale, you expand. When you exhale, you contract. Just like the heart, expanding and contracting, pushing life and receiving life. At times, throughout your journey of this physical experience, you are in receiving. At other times, you are in giving, just like your heartbeat. The human experience has a natural expansion and contraction to it. There is also a capacity, though, that we wish to talk about. The capacity of the stillness, the space in between. The space in between can be looked at through the breath as the top of the inhale and the bottom of the exhale. It is that space of stillness. The same with your physical heartbeat. The contraction and the expansion. There is a space in between, a stillness. The space in between can also be called source. For it is where everything and nothing exists, all of us together as one. We talk about the space in between because this is also known as a neutral point. It is very important to know this neutral point in these times on earth because there is much going on. Many people taking sides. Many people going through many different experiences and getting very charged. We ask that you all who are present here, who are receiving this message, really allow yourself to tune into the space in between. That neutral point, for this is where you can get the most insightful insights because you're not being pulled into the expansion or the contraction. Again, let us get clear. We're not talking about don't expand your awareness. This is simply a wave, a force, a life force. That is what the heartbeat is, a life force. Again, it is giving and it is receiving. But take time to notice the space in between, the neutral point, and then you will receive the and. What is the and? The and is going for the greatest and highest good. The and is not, it's either black or white. The and is the all-encompassing for the highest good. The world now is going into a state of moving into what we call the and. It does not have to be this way or that way, black or white. And this is just a concept like yin and yang. What we're going for is the and, the wholeness. There are unlimited perspectives on any situation. And yet there is also a point where all the perspectives can meet as one. This point is a crossover between all perspectives, and that point of being is love. Love is truly the one thing that can connect all perspectives. If the love is truly love, we can talk about unconditional love or divine love, but love is love. If one is describing love, yet it doesn't necessarily feel like love, it isn't love. What is love? Love is unlimited possibility. The mother who accidentally backs over their child in the car, how does the mother get out and lift the car up? It's impossible. And yet, is it? What makes the impossible possible? Love. Again, love is the point where all perspectives can meet. Yet, is everyone willing to meet you at love? We know this is not a reality for your world at this time. Does everyone have the possibility? Of course. Will everyone choose it? From everyone's experience here, I would say it would be a no. Yet, we're getting closer. Because those in this room and listening to this recording are those who are committed to their awareness of self, their love for themselves, their love and acceptance of themselves, so that they can see that in others. You hear this concept often, that you can only give what you have within. This is a concept we also wish to talk about, for you can look at the world from the outside in and from the inside out. Yet if you're only looking from the inside out, you are missing the outside in, and vice versa. We want to connect all of this together as one, the outside in, the inside out. Then this is where you will have a circulation of what the yoga science calls Mahaprana, or cosmic life force energy. We have our individual life force energy, such as this being, such as holy, individual life force energy. And we also have cosmic life force energy, that is the essence of life force in all things and all beings. This is the point in which we truly want to focus on the Mahaprana, the cosmic life force, that essence of source within all things. We also, though, have our individuality. All of you have personalities that are unique to you. Not only do you come into this world with that personality, but your environment shapes it, and you become who you are as an individual. And we are going for the step further. You are still your individual self, but now expand into the oneness of all things while still knowing you. This takes self-love and self-acceptance. It's very important at this time that each one of you take time to love yourself, to accept yourself, so that you can then meet at that point where all perspectives can come together and you can meet as one in unity, because you are not the all in this moment. Why do we say that? Because if you were, you would not have interactions with each other that would give you learning and growth. You are all split on a wheel, a cog, and you all are whole and perfect in your own, but in this human experience, you need each other to truly create oneness on this planet, that sense of community. Continue your journey, for as you travel, you are picking up pieces of yourself you may have seen as less than or not worthy or imperfect, and you are picking them up. Anyone who is on a consciousness journey is doing this. Pick those pieces up and love those pieces of yourself so that you can then love and accept yourself. And that essence will then runneth over into all those you meet, having an impact. Each one of you in this room has had an impact greatly on someone in this planet, on this planet, even if you don't know it. We all affect each other. Don't forget to include yourself in that love, especially those here who give so much. Now, we talked about a few different concepts, and we can go deeper into any of these, or we can go personal, as this is your space, and we will open it up that you might ask anything you wish. We simply say, go to your heart, ask the question from your heart. If you feel you have a question to ask. Now the space and the time is yours.
What is the 1/3 that I keep being talked about and talked to about?
The 1/3 is the essence of creation, which will be the tipping point for all races and dimensions and experiences. The 1/3 is truly all it takes to create a Tarosian field, just like we did here, to create a great pulse through all dimensions and all reality, to create the great shift. Taking 1/3 of people there is enough. 1/3 is the answer to creating a great shift, because then it multiplies thousands and thousands of times over, as long as you hit the 1/3. Are we clear with you? Thank you for asking. See this as a bright light. For each one of you here, there are thousands of others. 1/3 is all that is truly needed to create a completely new way of being. And we are almost there. And we will be heard, we will be seen. And the worlds will unite. And what is woo will be a reality. It is being very clear that you are in a physical body. So knowing this, do not move out of your body to create upgrades. Stay in your body, bring the light to you. Focus on each and every cell while illuminating it. There are many, many meditations out there that will do this. One is the Body of Light meditation that Mike and Holly will share with each person here. This allows one to activate the light body. Again, the light body is not about leaving your body. It's about activating the light within this physical body. Your physical body can and will hold the essence of your soul. All you get to do is adjust the voltage, literally the electromagnetic field, not only around your body, but within every single cell. So every single cell has an electromagnetic field or an aura. And when you focus on every cell in your body, literally igniting to the essence of your spirit, your soul, you upgrade the physical tissue in your body to connect with the higher self, the true self. It can be a process. It can also happen instantaneously. Everyone is different. This is the same with healing. So talking about healing, you've heard stories of people who are instantly healed from physical ailments. You also hear stories where it takes years to heal from those elements. There are, of course, many things in play, but a big thing in play is the belief that it will take time to heal. This is important to recognize because you are humans that have created a time and space paradigm. You can also move out of that paradigm and heal instantaneously, and that is through belief. The greatest example of this is the placebo effect. Again, if someone believes that something they take in is actually going to heal them, it does. Same thing happens with belief if the healing takes time. Also, the same thing happens with igniting the light body. Realize there may still be beliefs and experiences that will block the full activation of the light body, but also realize intention is everything. If you intend for your light body, your DNA to ignite to the highest aspect of who you are as a soul being in a physical body, then everything that occurs to ignite your light body will be for that purpose. Again, intention is everything, as is belief. Are we clear with you?
Yes, thank you so much for
Thank you for also being a mother and for being present with all of your children, for we honor you for that aspect of being as well. Thank you for the question.
So, how do you maintain your individuality within the oneness construct?
It is trusting your intuition and your guidance. When you give all of your power outside of yourself, then you can get into what we call a trap of everyone else has the answer. Everyone else must know more than me. The individuality part of the human experience is trusting your intuition. What does this look like? Someone tells you to come over to their house. So they have a drive, a passion, a desire for you to come to their house. You get a feeling and intuition that you don't get to go, so you choose not to. That is you choosing through your own intuition that individual hit, saying, I don't get to go. The person who asked you to come, of course, wants you to come, but you feel through your own truth that you don't get to. This is a part of maintaining your individuality within the oneness. Again, it's an inside-out game, outside-in game. Creating the individuality in the oneness is the beauty of the human experience. Each one of you have gifts. Each one of you not like the other. But when you come together, you magnify your own and each other's gifts. The experience of relationship is the experience of individuality as well. For to have a relationship, you must have something to relate to. This is a part of individuality. Everyone in the human experience wants an experience of individuality. Does that mean that you don't experience oneness in this life? You do. But again, a part of moving into a dualistic experience is also moving into an individuality experience. So not only is duality, duality is an individuality experience. Can you have both though at the same time? You can, through different awarenesses and spiritual experiences, physical experiences, human experiences. You become aware of the individuality within the oneness. So you see the all, the one, and you also see the self, the higher self, the big self within the one. And you show up with your unique gifts and traits. This is truly living in oneness, in individuality, in this world. These concepts are big and deep, but feel it for yourself. Loving yourself, accepting yourself, allows you to also love and accept another, to see their divinity, but also to honor where you stand. Honoring yourself. Love and honoring yourself can look like many things. It can look like saying, no, I'm not coming. It can look like saying, yes, I am coming. But it's honoring your truth and what you feel in your own heart as well. This is just the experience of duality or individuality that is actually a part of the oneness. Are we clear?
Yep.
Thank you. And we have time for a few more questions, if anyone feels that burning desire.
So my understanding is duality is the experience of good and evil, which causes division, dispersion. As I step into polarity of love and light, how do I maintain that individuality of justice in this world, standing up for those ideals?
It is a way of being. Again, not everyone is choosing to see the individuality in the oneness. Some people are just choosing to see the duality. It is just a matter of perspective. Does that mean you do not honor what you feel and know in your individuality in this world? No, you honor it. You stand up and you be heard, and you honor what you feel to be true for you. And in that space, you can hold a light. For when you truly honor your individuality in the oneness, again, not you in the duality of I am right and you are wrong, but your individuality in the oneness, you also hold a light to others to see that there's something different about you. They will feel it, and if they so choose, then they can open up their awareness to another way of being that is more about being their individuality in the oneness, or they will choose not to see it, and they might fight it because they do not understand it. These are just concepts. They're just simply ways of being. So when you speak about truly radiating love and light, know that how you live your life is the greatest treasure. For there is free will for every being here. And that free will is the choice of how one chooses to show up. Again, we spoke about earlier the 1/3 tip. People are awakening and they're seeing through experience of not only themselves, but experience of their family, experience of watching others, that this working in only duality of seeing myself as right and you as wrong is not working. The children are bringing a new way of being. They're already seeing through much of the bullshit. They are very smart in playing like they're playing the game, but guess what? They aren't. And that tipping point is so very close. Again, they are seeing through it, as is everyone here. And we are gaining momentum towards the oneness in individuality and individuality in the oneness. We can all work together and still be individuals and one. We in fact want that because that creates this experience of earth. The seed drops into the earth, the plant grows. It grows, it grows, it grows. The bird eats the seeds that come from the tree, that then go back into the earth, that then grows and grows and grows. There's a cycle of life here. There's individuality with everything that lives here, yet there's also a connection. This is the individuality within the oneness. The earth knows this. It does it all the time. The bird is not the tree, yet they serve one another, they rely on one another, so much so that their lives are interlaced. This perspective is coming into being. And again, the children are bringing it as well. And each one of you. The most important thing now is to be centered in your energy. This is not a time to play small, nor to hide, for we no longer need to do underground. There's a lot of us. We are coming to the point of being seen and being heard. It is time to be heard and seen. For there are many more, just like each one of you out there. And they are starting to recognize there are many more of them out there that are beginning to see the oneness and the individuality within the oneness. Again, self-love, self-acceptance. It's going to take some work, and the work isn't necessarily always joyful, but it gets easier over time. And you get lighter over time, literally. Lighter into your light body. Are we clear with you on this?
Yes.
Thank you for your question. We have time for 2 more.
Do you have any advice you could give me?
Follow your heart. As cheesy as this is, follow your heart. For the heart puts out an electromagnetic field 10 times greater than any other aspect of your physical body. So you literally create with your heart, and you will find that everything you need will be given. For the earth also recognizes one who comes from their heart, and so does each person. Let us give you an example. For Holly here, when her house was being built, there was a person who came in there who owned a tile company. He was the owner and he was doing the tile in the house. He was explaining how much he loved doing tile and how he loved to place it in the cemetery. So much so that Holly became passionate about tile in that moment, even though she didn't know anything about tile. But it was the passion, the love for it, that ignited love within her for it. And she had the experience of loving the tile, just like the person who did the tile in her home. Same thing with all you do. Be passionate about it, love it. And then those that come across, seeing your passion, your love for it, will also be passionate about what you do. And they will want to experience that same passion and love by buying what you have to offer, by seeing your skills and the love you have to give into everything. It will be felt. And that is what you focus on. For authenticity is literally the exchange of the future. Authenticity is gold in these times. And it is also what will build the foundations for great communities, for people who resonate and who will serve one another in their gifts. Be authentic by following your heart, and put your heart and soul, your passion into what you do, and people will feel it and they will follow it. Authenticity, again, is the exchange of the future. Trust this, follow this, and you will notice that you will co-create with others who are authentic and desire to support you in your authenticity. And those that don't can go away, for they will take care of themselves. That is not of your concern. Be authentic, and that flow will come to you. Are we clear?
Yes.
Welcome. One more for anyone who desires.
So, okay, so consciousness and awareness. Talk about the relationship.
You have consciousness that is available to everyone who opens the door to it. Awareness is a self-discovery. Consciousness, again, is something that is open to everyone. Consciousness will not be blocked by someone who seeks it. Self-awareness takes the awareness of the self. Let us look at these two concepts because we wish to get very, very clear, especially as consciousness is becoming much more popular. People are recognizing they have powers, such as reading minds, controlling energy. Just because someone has these gifts doesn't mean that they are truly coming from their heart. Not necessarily. Realize this because it's important. You can have someone who is getting information and tapping in that is not necessarily aware. They are aware of consciousness because each being here has consciousness. You are a conscious being, you are spirit. But there is a difference between one who is just tapping into consciousness and one who is in self-awareness while also being tapped into consciousness. These are the ones that you will recognize. They are truly in their heart, walking their walk, talking the talk. They are not just playing the circus tricks to get power, to manipulate. This is the difference, because every single person can tap into consciousness. Everyone. It is not cut off to anyone. The self-awareness piece, though, that is the piece that will bring the individuality and the oneness and the individuality, and also will allow one to truly come from their heart. So just be aware that when you step into consciousness circles, spiritual circles, is there self-awareness within the consciousness that brings the heart out? Or are they just playing in consciousness and the heart seems like it's missing? Trust yourself. Wherever you go, when you're having experiences of spirituality or consciousness, do you feel the heart there? Is there also self-awareness? Or are they just playing in consciousness? This is very important at this time. Again, especially as more and more information is getting out there that we are multidimensional beings. Science is even proving it. Even governments are using consciousness. It has been for quite some time. Also for their own gain, not necessarily for the individuality within oneness. But be aware. The self-awareness within the consciousness is recognizing that what I do to one, I do to all. What I do to one, I also do to myself. This is the difference. So wherever you go, especially when it is labeled as a consciousness gathering or a way to be conscious, be aware. Is the heart here? Is the self-awareness here within the consciousness? That is very important at this time. Are we clear?
Yep.
Do you have one more question for us?
I was going to ask, what is the quickest or best way for us to raise our vibration so that we can help raise the vibration?
To recognize that you do not leave your own garden to tend another's, for then your garden dies. Those closest to you are the ones that you have the greatest impact on. Love and be with those ones. That will change the world. Literally. Don't leave your own life, your own garden, to run out into the world to save it. Realize what you do it every day makes the greatest impact. Smile, a hug, being present with a loved one, a friend. That is what will change the world. And that is also letting the weight of the world off your shoulders. Because those are the ripples that create the biggest change. Love those closest to you. And who is the closest to you? Yourself. And then those within your immediate environment. That is the greatest thing that any one of us can do. And from there, it is the cherry on top. But don't forget, you want to put the cherry on top of that foundation. Then you get the whole sundae, not just the cherry. Now we are coming to completion, and we thank each one of you for being here, present, for having us, for all that you do. Thank you for truly, truly caring. Continue your journey, as we will all be here to support in any way. We honor you and we thank you. For now, farewell.
Thank you so much for tuning in with us today. You can find more content that will support you on your life's journey on the Ascended Path Facebook, Instagram, and on our YouTube channel.